So yesterday I just put up a post of me, well, the tractor, because I washed it off and just sort of said ready for a bit of spit and polish. And the number of messages I've had, oh, were you selling it? Have you bought another one? The dealer won't mind having a clean tractor back and all that. So loads of questions. No, I'm not selling it. I don't know how you think I can afford that. So, as I mentioned in the video I did yesterday, which I've already shot, but you haven't seen. Well, you have now because you probably saw it yesterday. Yeah, whatever. I just thought it would be nice to give the old girl a little bit of shine back, because she is looking a little bit pink. I got a good mate, known him for years, Tom Wedlake, and he's a valeter by trade. That's what he does. I mean, he polishes Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Jags and all sorts. But he also does the occasional tractor. So I don't think he does many of this kind of vintage. I think he looks after a couple of let's just say slightly wealthier farmers than me, who could afford to get someone in to polish their tractor. Could I do this myself? Yeah, probably I could. I mean, years and years ago, I did actually work for a valet in a garage, and I valeted cars. So I did have a year of it. So yeah, I could do it, but this is going to cost me a couple of bags of logs, and the amount of effort it goes into us producing a couple of bags. Well, amount of effort it takes me personally, none, to create a couple of bags of logs, compared to how much elbow grease it takes to get a shine back on something like that. I mean, Tom reckons he can get that back up shiny, but he's probably got products and machines and stuff that I definitely don't have. All I've got is elbow grease and a rag and T-cut and stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking he can make a better job of it than I can, and it's going to cost me a couple of bags of logs, maybe a couple of quid as well, I don't know, but I think it's worth it. So we more or less have no work for the tractor now for, well, potentially a couple of months. One of the first things we might do once we get back to it is muck spreading and harrowing, maybe in the spring, but at least she could have a couple of months of clean and shiny-ish. And the shine won't last that long, because in here it's a gravel floor, stone floor, and me coming in and out of here with bales and cattle running around. It's going to be dusty, it's going to get covered in dust. Can't help that, but do you know what? I bought her brand new in 2004. She's what, 18 years old? Won't be long, I'll be 20-year-old tractor. And I just think it's worth spending a bit of time, effort, and maybe a few quid on, just to get her tidy. So no, I'm not selling it. No, it's not for sale. I think she's probably going to be here for a few more years. I did hear it go, and I did think I'd probably done it a mischief. When I was taking class loader out of here the other day, I heard this loud crack, and I knew I'd run over my fork. And I've just been in here chucking put a new fresh bed down for the cows and calves. So I've put a wood chip base. I'm going to put a bit of straw on top. As much as anything else, it's what can I put it, sort of environmental enhancement, because they just like having a bit of straw occasionally. So there I was, just quietly forking away, and I think I'm gonna have to go and buy myself a new handle. So if it broke up there, I could have probably got away with it, but I reckon that's a bit short. Fortunately, I got that. Not really made for the job, but it's good enough for today. Bugger. All right, so just waiting for Tom to arrive. I don't know what time he's come in today. Yeah, I thought I'd just have a little bit of a tidy up before he gets here. A little bit of a spruce round, make it all look nice, keep the cattle happy, drop me fork. All right, I'll finish this off. I'm gonna have a bit of breakfast and then we'll be raring to go for the rest of the day, honestly. Come on up. Come on. Come on up. To be honest, I expected a little bit more hooning around than that. Instead of just, oh look, let's eat it. Or crap on it. Or dig it up. Or crap on it and dig it up at the same time. Any second now, it'll kick off. Be patient. Hello, darling. Well, that was proper anticlimax, wasn't it? I was expecting up and down and mooing and kicking and hollering and bellowing. No, none of it. Right, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to go and have breakfast. They'll probably have a hoon around while I'm in there eating me cereals. Law of sod says that's the law, yeah. Well, I thought I was going to have some breakfast until he turned up. So, right, shall we, do you want to bring your van down there? Well, this would be different, wouldn't it, you know? Instead of driving one around, we're going to polish one. So, he's bought all the toys apparently today. So, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll have a before and after. There's before. Yeah. Yeah, it's our little dun bull calf. Yeah. But I think he's actually, I'm not sure, but I think he's polled. I don't think he's got any horns.
Oh, what's that mean then?
So, polled is basically genetically no horns. And it's a genetic that they can pass on in their offspring.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
So for modern farming, it's a good thing because when they're in ring feeders like that, if you've got something with horns, they get poke in the eye and not only that, if they've got horns, they'll use them.
Yes. They'll
bully other cattle. Yeah, so if he hasn't got horns, we might keep his nuts. And then...
Good breeding stock.
Yeah. Well, like I say, because his father does have horns.
Right.
Because his father's a dun bull. He's out there somewhere. But like I say, if he hasn't got horns, then it's quite likely we'll keep him and either sell him as a breeding bull, young breeding bull, as a polled Dexter pedigree. Well, he hasn't got a pedigree certificate. He is pedigree. Yeah, it's just the Dexter breed is a horned cattle.
Right.
But and that's fine. But the thing is, in a closed space like this,
you don't want the horns.
Horns are a nuisance, and when you're trying to do TB testing or anything with the vet or anything like that, horns they're just an added hazard and just get in the way. So we tend to we de-horn anyway. So, but if he goes as a breeding bull and he throws calves with no horns,
he's worth his weight in gold.
To a certain extent. A lot of purist breeders would say, oh no, they've got to have horns. But like I say, with the facilities we have here, if they're going to live out on the moors, the hills, whatever else, that's fine. They can have horns outside, not a problem. But when you're bringing them indoors for the winter, yeah, not so good. Yeah, that's my bit. Right then, what do you reckon you could do for this then? Do you reckon you can get that pink back to red?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
You sound very confident.
Yeah, I'll get the clay bar out, clay it all down. Clean the surfaces first.
Clay?
clay bar. Yeah, it's a medium for removing any surface
stuff. Yeah.
tar.
I mean, the white bits are just where I've hit it with this
Yeah.
just bits stone chips really, so you ain't going to get much on that.
No, but the rest of it,
Yeah.
I'll come back up red.
Will it?
Yeah. And the wings.
You notice? Well, the one wing is fairly new, so one will come up a lot easier than the other one. The original will be the one with the original switch in it, which is this one. So that's the original,
Yep.
and that's the new one. So, but look, if you look at it, we're being power washing. The new one, the paint's come off with the power washer,
Yes.
and the old one didn't. So, I think I've got that the right way around, because that's got the new switch in it, and that's got the old switch in it.
I'll even polish up your lights as well.
Oh, will you? Nice. God.
Get all
So,
shiny.
yeah, it looks all clean. Look, I got a SH1T off of it. Well, I thought it's easier to clean something
That's clean.
when it's dry.
Yes.
It's never going to be that dry because it's bloody damp weather. But I thought I'd try and give you a head start. Hey, what a bloke, hey?
Thank you very much.
That's all right. So, well, you didn't want to steam cleaning for us, did you? Not really.
I've enough of the wet now.
I had to power wash out the trailer because I bought these Cuttleback.
Yeah.
I had to power wash, the machine was out. I thought I'll just do the tractor and give you a head start.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So, is one sugar or two?
No sugar.
No
Enough.
sugar. That's a lie, you know that, don't you? All right, I'll come back down. Tea or coffee?
Whatever you're making, I'm easy.
I had heard that about you, actually. Yeah, your reputation goes before you.
The best way.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you. I'll just have my breakfast because I was just doing cereals, and then I'll come down with a cup of tea.
Thank you very much.
No worries, mate. See you in a minute. So to me, it's a bit like Mission Impossible. I know there is red underneath that pink. Tom reckons he's going to find the red. So, and then when we find the red, I am going to leave it in the shed for a while, just before anybody else says it. Yeah. Yeah, I know. What? What? You're not going to let me in the house before you get a bit of fuss, are you? Eh? No. No, you're not. No. No, nor you. No, nor you. And nor you neither. No, okay. No, get your dirty feet off me. Yeah. Right. Breakfast. Nice cup of tea. How you diddling?
Yeah, there.
Yeah?
Clean bonnet to start with. All contaminants off.
Contaminants? What, as in farm stuff?
Tar.
Oh yeah?
Iron deposits.
Iron?
Yeah, from your brakes, from other cars.
All right.
Welding. Anything like that you can pass on to the paint.
Oh, we don't do any welding. It never breaks down, this thing. It's right. Cup of tea for you, mate.
Thank you very much indeed.
No sugar.
What you on then, bedding down?
I've done these. I want you the other side later on. I've got to go over and see my dad. He's been poorly, so
Oh no.
I'm going to go and see how he is this morning.
Go down to Everington?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The metropolis.
The metropolis of, yeah, something like
Way.
that. Eh?
It's getting that way.
Where? Look at Wick War and Charfield.
What, you
They'll
mean
be,
Yates?
they'll be double. Yeah, they'll be double the size soon.
Yeah.
So,
Scary.
yeah, but they're banging these houses up so fast.
But nobody can get a mortgage.
Well, not only that, how long are those going to last?
Not long. If you could put a house up in 10 days, it
Um,
wouldn't last 100 years, is it?
Oh, I mean, when we built that, the whole thing is block and render.
Yeah.
It's concrete. So the idea is that should last hundreds of years.
Yes.
But what they're building over there, 100,
If
maybe,
you're lucky.
maybe. So
It's disposable housing. It's like prefabs.
yeah, knock it up quick,
Yeah.
sell it,
Yeah.
on to the next one.
And then they fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear so many stories now about subsidence and
Yeah.
the snagging.
Well, the snag list goes on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsquare.
It just goes on.
So you can see it hasn't got little black dots all over.
Yeah, I did know. I did actually point them out to the camera yesterday, little black dots. So yeah, I remember that from when I used to do a bit of valeting up at Bear Street years and years ago, years and years and years ago. So,
Was that an old Model T's?
no, you cheeky bugger. No, that was I used to de-wax the new cars when they came in and polish them up and get them ready, and then we do the occasional valet on customers' cars as well. So that was one of my jobs when I was 18, something like that. So there they are. That was after a bit of a fallout with the old man because I was working for Dad.
Oh.
Yeah, for nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a case
That's
of
not
like,
called working.
yeah, that, right, yeah. It was like, well, I feed you, didn't I? You got somewhere to sleep, ain't you? Yeah, I know, but I want to go out, Dad. I want to go to womanising and stuff, and then I can't afford it if I ain't got any money. Better go and get a job then. So I did. Yeah, it was polishing cars and driving cars. So I used to do a lot of transfers and deliveries and stuff.
Yeah.
That was all right. Didn't mind that. Driving brand new, Sierra 4x4s and.
Oh, Sierra Cosworth.
No, I never got into a Cosworth. No, that's true. I did. I got a Sapphire Cosworth. I had to drive to London and back for a Sapphire Cosworth. That was quite nice. Yeah, with the boss.
You could retire on that.
With the boss. So yeah, and in the snow, they were launching a new model car in London, and the boss had a blue Sapphire Cosworth, and I was a designated driver, and it was my boss, the sales bloke from Bear Street, another salesman from another garage, and on the way back there was about inch and a half of snow, just on the road. And
best car for it.
Well, it was an M3 or an M5 BMW went flying past us on the motorway.
What, 70?
Something, yeah, in the snow, and the boss goes, "I'm not having that. Go on." I'm like, "You sure? Go on." Poor bloke from the other garage was terrified. Because I was an 18-year-old driving stupid miles an hour down the motorway in the snow, and my boss goes, "Go on, go on, go." So yeah, happy days. Never broke the law though. We stayed within the speed limit all the time.
77 all the way.
77. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's what the speedo said last time I looked at it.
You should be able to put a tiny little hole in.
Yeah, yeah.
Put a pin in there.
Yeah, so it can't go any further. Yeah. Yeah.
So next step now is get the polishes out.
Yeah.
Work for the compound levels.
So is it gonna be all right in this damp weather?
Yeah, the pad's hot enough to keep it all dry.
Yeah.
They'll clog up a bit, but I can clean the pads out. Let's see what we've got. It does look a little bit thin. There's a very light patch up here.
Yeah.
The paint might be a bit thin, but you can see where it looks.
Yeah. It's going to be shinier than it was.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we've got.
I've got every faith in your ability of making it shiny. Oh wow. Well, I've been waiting for them to come in here and start hooning around because, of course, they've got a bit of straw down there. And you've only got to have one or two calves kick off, and then all of a sudden they'll just start hooning around everywhere. They just don't seem to be in the mood for it today.
I can't blame them.
It's not really hooning weather, is it, sir? Anyway, right, okie dokie.
Right.
Cup of tea.
Let's have a cup of tea.
Right, well, it's 1:45 now. I've been gone an hour, just been down to check on my dad and see how he is. And then on the way back, a trip to Moore Valley to see if I could pick up a new pitchfork handle. Handles they had, but no spoke shave, so I have nothing to shape it with. And my spoke shave, I've got one, but it's very old, it's very knackered, and it's kind of, I'm not going to shape a decent handle with that, so what I need is a bodger to actually come and shape a handle for me properly, or try and find a handle that's already pointed to fit a pitchfork, or probably nearly as cheap to buy a new pitchfork. So anyway, I've just made Tom a cup of coffee, so I'm going to take that down, that chuck way around, take that down now, and we'll see how he's progressing with the tractor. Biscuit's decided she's going to stay in there because the log burner needs guarding apparently. Yeah. That's definitely looking redder.
Is it redder?
It's definitely redder.
Definitely redder.
It's definitely redder than it was. I've got to find somewhere to put your cup a minute, hang on.
Balance it on my ladder.
You're all right. Look at that, it's shiny.
And red.
And red. Yeah. Yeah. We can't call it pink anymore, can we?
No.
No.
We call this pink.
Is it?
That's bleached.
Is it? Well,
I'm going to try heavier compound on it.
yeah. I mean, it lives most of its life in the barn,
Yeah.
out of the sun, but it's still, yeah. I think the newer reds on the newer cases is a better paint.
Yes.
I think this is a kind of a
Older
not
style
such a
pink.
good paint, if you know what I mean. So,
That's
yeah.
kind of alright.
Yeah. Brilliant. You can stop for your coffee now.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's better than elbow grease.
Hey?
It's better than elbow grease. I'd have to do that the hard way.
Would you?
Yeah. Well, I haven't got one of those, so I'd have to do it the hard way.
No, it's not that.
That's why you're here and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you don't want to put the elbow grease in on that.
No, that would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
Fine, that's
Definitely got some shine on there now, though. Look at that, it's like a new one. Nearly.
nearly new.
Nearly. A nearly new one.
Much loved.
It looks like a 3-year-old rather than an 18-year-old.
Well, for 18 years old, it looks good now.
Yeah.
Lightly used.
Yeah, she's not had a hard life. Not had a hard life. So a bit of paint here and there, I think maybe next year.
Bit of Amorite.
Yeah. Well, that'll do the job. Yeah, it does the job. Yeah. So, right, I won't disturb you for too long. I will. Do you want another coffee in a bit, or?
Yeah, we'll have in a bit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right,
Thank
mate.
you.
And you're welcome, mate. No worries. See, I used to quite enjoy cleaning and polishing my tractor myself. There was a time when, I got a bit of a kick out of it, the before and after results. But when it's as faded and pink as that, I think it pays to spend a couple of quid and get somebody who really knows what they're doing to come and do it for you. Oh God, let you go on then. What do you reckon then? Looks smart, doesn't she? So we've only had the paintwork and the glass done. I've not asked him to do anything else. At the end of the day, I just wanted to get the colour back on the tractor. I've put out some photographs, and the amount of messages I've had asking me if I'm selling the tractor. No, I'm not selling the tractor. This is just a bit of TLC, which I think she deserved. We're not going to have very much work for this thing now for the next, well, maybe a couple of months. And I just kind of wanted to give her a Christmas present, a little bit of a makeover. So, all right, she's still showing her age. She's still an 18, 19-year-old tractor, but I think Tom's made a nice job of that. It's sparkly on the paintwork, sparkly on the glass. I think he said he was going to put some kind of treatment on there to try and protect it a bit from the sun as well, because she is suffering from the sun. But yeah, no, I'm not selling the tractor. We kind of made the decision a couple of months ago that as much as I'd like to, we simply can't afford it. And I've managed with this thing up to now. I'm pretty sure I can manage a few more years. If funds allow later on, then maybe we'll upgrade it or a second tractor. Still look at a second tractor, but with stuff that's going on outside the farm, we've kind of decided to hang on to what limited funds we've got, because we may need them for something else. Biscuit, stop eating calf poo, you. I saw you, and you got the evidence all over your face. Look, you grubby little monkey. So no, the case is staying for the time being. So for those of you thinking you're going to put a bid in for it, sorry to disappoint, but maybe another day. Not yet. I might have to warn Biscuit that the door is actually shut. You know, she might try jumping out of there thinking it's There's no door there. Yeah, it's lovely and clear in here. He's made a cracking job. So if you're watching this, Tom, thank you, mate. As far as the interior of the cab's concerned, I never asked for that. The inside I can brush out. I'm not going to get too precious about this inside here. At the end of the day, as and when and if and when I ever decide to move this tractor on or whatever, it will not take a lot to get that back shiny. I'm not going to get that precious about it because I don't need to. I wanted the paintwork outside and the glass done. That's what I asked for, that's what he's done. So, good job. Right, it's getting towards the end of the day now. Just giving them a fresh bale. We've had a bit of a tidy up in here too. So the last 3 bales of hay, one's gone in the feeder out there, 2's gone over there, and the last bit of straw, that straw bale I've pushed up and the broken bale on top so I can chuck some of that in there. Not far to chuck it from there. And it also means I got a bit more space in here, so tractor's in, skid steer's in, my Land Rover will fit in here and anything else. So what I might do is have a tidy up with these gates and a few other bits and bobs here over the next week, over Christmas. Maybe bring that new topper in out of the weather and I'll keep that in red as shiny as long as I can. And yeah, we're kind of getting ready for a few days off. When I say a few days off, I mean like Christmas Day. I'm visiting my missus, so I won't be here for part of the day. So there will be somebody here because the rest of the family are coming having Christmas dinner at the farm. So yeah, don't think about coming and rob me because the house will be full of women and kids and husbands and yeah, just not me. Yeah, so Saturday's gonna be a busy day because I want to get everything ready so I can have Sunday off, or at least as much as Sunday as I can. I'm gonna take off from working on the farm. Yeah, so we're kind of just running down for the weekend, and then Boxing Day we'll be back to normal. It'll just be work as normal, I think. So yeah, well, it's getting dark. There's not much more I can tell you. A shortish video today, which has been basically the transformation of, well, she was never an ugly duckling, but a dull one. You know, she was quite pink, and now she's, I wouldn't say fully restored to the factory red, but closer than I thought he was going to get. I never thought he'd get that much colour back in the paint, so I'm really pleased with that. I reckon that's added, I reckon that's added £1,000 to the value of the tractor, and it's cost me a couple of bags of logs. So that was good investment, I reckon. Right, on that note, I'm going to go up the house. I've done the poultry. Everything down here is done. I'm done. I'll see you tomorrow.